I'm called Gloria Kauma, and I welcome you at Dawn Children's Center.
Dawn Children's Center is an inclusive daycare, kindergarten and primary school, meaning we have children with special needs and we also have children without special needs, and they study together in the same classes from the age of 10 months right now up to primary 5.
So this is our primary block. This is primary 1. Next is primary 5. The other one is primary 2 and primary 3. So outside here is our primary block. We only have one primary class inside the main building.
We got a number of parents that were coming to us looking for a safe place to leave their children so that they could go to work. Out of that need, we created Dawn Children's Center. At the beginning, we called it Dawn Special Children's Center because it was meant to be a daycare for only children with disabilities. But along the way, we realized that our children could learn, so we started, instead of just daycare services and therapy services, we started providing education as well. And our children progressed from kindergarten, and then they were moving on to primary school, but it was all for children with disabilities.
Now, after this outside block, we moved to the main building. And this main building has different classes inside, most of the kindergarten classes and one more primary class, that is primary 4. But here we have beginners classes, we have baby class, which we call you would call pre-primary or the kindergarten nursery. Then we have middle class and pre-primary, which is the top class.
Knowing the history of Uganda and how we are here, most children with disabilities never go in any public spaces. So the children would be safe in our centers, but not in the communities. So then we came up with an idea of introducing young children to their peers with special needs at an early age. So that's why we decided to do what you'd call reverse inclusion. So we had children with disabilities and we invited children without disabilities to study alongside them. That was really complicated because no parent wanted that. Even parents who had children with disabilities did not want their children without disabilities to study in the same environment. But we convinced them by getting 4 children from the community. We asked them to come in for free, and then we asked our teachers to bring their children to the school for free as well. So these 4 children helped other parents realize that actually a child without disability can study with one with disability and actually progress.
Which animal is this? A cow. A cow says? Moo. A cow says? Moo. Which animal is this? Horse. A what? Horse. A horse. Who can tell me this animal? Me. Nakato? A dog. A dog. A dog says?
There has been a change. Right now we have around 33 children who are typical. The rest have special needs. It's the biggest number of typical children we've ever had, but still trying to encourage those parents to bring their typical children is a challenge. Though we have proved over the years that it doesn't affect their development.
5 little monkeys jumping on a bed. Jump! One fell down and bumped his head. Ow! Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, check it out. No more monkeys jumping on the bed.
There's still a long way to go, but there is a positive change in attitude that we're seeing towards children with special needs. With the typical children who are working and learning alongside the children with special needs, we're seeing them grow and develop, not just academically, but also socially, emotionally. They have compassion, they are learning to interact with other children who look different to them.
The biggest challenge generally is, one, lack of resources in this country to support the kind of work that we do. So, for example, in this country there is no government support to persons with disabilities or their families, or there is very, very little, and it's very difficult to access. And then the other big challenge is the systems are not working. So while we are saying inclusive education is a reality in Uganda, there are no schools for children with disabilities. And then the education system hasn't trained special education teachers. So most of these teachers come out of school and don't know very much. So when they come to you, then you have to do a lot of training and onboarding to get them to do the kind of work that you want them to do. our dream is to make sure that no child is left behind and every child with disability has received a single intervention. And then to be more specific, I would love to see in a few years an inclusive school with all the facilities the children need to achieve their full potential. So that means the therapy rooms, the recreation facilities like football and basketball and swimming, all those things together in one place. And then we'd like to have computer rooms, cookery rooms, all the things so that our children can experiment and grow, and so that we can see what their gifting is. And I think that alone will be a message to everybody else, that actually children with disabilities don't only learn, but can do so much more and can also have independent life. Avail has been one of those miracles in my life and in the life of the organization. So I just feel very blessed that now I'm part of a Christian network that supports me not just financially but spiritually as well. I know that I have prayer cover. I know that I can call the trustees at any time and they will be there for me. It gives me a lot of comfort and strength. I draw a lot of strength from them and I'm very blessed for that. And also in the recent years, they've been providing a lot of financial support to us. So for example, the Dawnland was bought from efforts from Avail, all of it. And now we are beginning the build and they have already provided some support. So it eases the financial burden to us and helps me focus on other things. So I'm very, very thankful for Avail and all the trustees.